back with you at Alamo Stadium. Rick Lozano along with George McKenzie and Mike Garner. Here in the second quarter of play, Judson leading Churchill 3-0. Alan Deere back to pass, having difficulty finding anybody. Marcus Bustamante chases him down. Marcus Bustamante has to be one of the bigger men on the field at over 200 pounds easily, Coach, and he drags him down from behind.
Marcus got good lateral movement. He moves sideways very fast. He's short, low to the ground, 5'9", 215. He can get around that football field.
Now brings up a punting situation for the Judson Rockets.
Judson still has the advantage if they can keep Churchill in this hole.
Now, Ricky Baldwin, the man to do the punting for the Rockets, gets off a high kick
toward the sidelines. It'll be out of bounds.
Wasn't one of his better attempts.
I imagine he was probably going for that corner down there because judging from the last kick of 50 yards, the last punt of 50 yards, he could have probably put it into the end zone or close.
Oh, he had that strong wind in his face, too, George. Once it gets up over the oval-shaped stadium, then that wind really begins to blow. I imagine it blows straight through higher up, but once you get down on the playing surface, Coach, it swirls around.
Yes, it does. You can't tell from gust to gust just exactly whether it's to your advantage or disadvantage when you're down on the field. But once that ball gets up high, you can see from the flags where it's going to be a factor.
We have 4 minutes and 21 seconds left in the second quarter. Judson still on top 3-0.
There's a timeout on the field at the moment. Coach, anything surprise you at all about the way the game has gone so far? It's low scoring. We expected it to be that way. But Churchill with no points on the board as yet.
No, Rick, I think it's just like you and George talked about before the ball game. It's a defensive football game first, field position football game first. You're playing two very good football teams together, and it's two excellent defenses.
I want to remind you that the Telethon Navideño begins tomorrow morning at 10 on Channel 41 with Channel 4's coverage beginning at 3 in the afternoon. Right now we're wrapped up in a pretty good football game, though.
Wally McCandle giving it off to David Baker around the left side. David Baker goes for about 2. Stopped by number 83, Arnold Baker, and there's that Baker-to-Baker confrontation again.
Great penetration.
Total offense so far, Judson 39 yards, Churchill with 79 yards, but Judson's got the 3-0 lead with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Second down, make it 7 yards to go for the Chargers. Billy Martin split out to the right for the Chargers. McCampbell looking for him. McCampbell can't spot him. McCampbell keeps it. And he is ridden out of bounds at about the 33, 34-yard line. It is really difficult to see the sideline markers here. Bruce Cochran in on the stop.
You can see Wally McCampbell. David Baker falls down. He's the man that's supposed to be in the flat. That's who Wally was looking for. And then he breaks out of the sprint and gets on downfield. They've covered up the deep people. Nice play by McCampbell.
Brings a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Chargers side of the field. McCampbell brings them out. Handoff goes to Harold Huggins up the middle. Huggins picks up a couple. Not much there so far.
Arnold Baker in there again,
along with Don Martin.
Baker seems to get off the bottom of the pile just about every time they go up the middle or anywhere close.
Something I would imagine he enjoys.
I think Arnold feels like that's his football. I don't know if he brought it with him.
He's sure going to try and take it home.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Churchill at its own 36-yard line. McCampbell brings him out. Receivers split left and right. Handoff faked up the middle to Huggins. McCampbell keeping McCampbell up to the 40-yard line.
Looks like he's got a first down from here.
Bruce Cochran, the man in on the stop for the Judson Rockets.
We'll take a look at that one again.
You'll see Judson's in a 53 defense now with one middle linebacker, Nixon, and he gets cut off, and he was supposed to help on McCampbell. He couldn't get out there to get on him.
Chris Judson-Churchill also in on the stop for the Judson Rockets.
Judson having a little more success on the spread out and the outside option plays.
Here come the Chargers. McCampbell faking it up the middle to Huggins. McCampbell keeps it. He's got 5. He's got 6. All the way up to the Judson Rocket 48-yard line, it appears. Fred Nixon in on the stop for the Rockets. Clock keeps winding down. 2:33 remaining in the first half of play. Judson with a 3-0 lead. Make it 2nd and 4 for the Chargers at the 49-yard line. McCampbell. Up the middle it goes to David Baker, and Baker with a nice run.
Here comes the hammer.
The sledgehammer we mentioned a little while ago.
Sure is. Watch him come off the football here now. You can see an excellent block, number 77.
That was Harold Huggins on the carry. Excuse me.
Yes.
For the Chargers, picks up a good chunk of yardage.
Belly option off the wing looks real good for these guys.
And here come the methodical Chargers again. McCampbell, the man under. The snap. McCampbell looking to throw. Finds a man over the middle. Complete. Goes to Robert Locke. Nicely executed pass. Going to be post for the first down.
Bruce Cochran on the tackle. Here comes the replay.
This is their favorite pass route. Curl by the split receiver and the halfback in the flat.
That's kind of a difficult pass to throw also, Coach, moving one direction, throwing back the other.
Going to his left, they do it very well.
Hand off up the middle to Huggins, and he gets the first down easily.
You can feel the momentum changing now. You can feel that surge by the offensive line.
Once again, the man in on the stop for the Rockets. Clock continues to move. 1:25 remaining in the first half. Chargers content to just let the clock wind down and grind it out. McCampbell sprinting out to his right, looking for a man to throw to. Ooh, hits his man in on the numbers. Robert Locke, the man he found. Locke couldn't hold on to it, though.
Going to him for the second time in a row, this time on the other side of the field.
Clock stops with 1:12 remaining in the first half of play. Judson with a good break on that one because Locke was wide open. He had a good 10 yards on the play, and he probably would have stopped the clock as well. Brings up a 2nd and 10 from the Judson 30, just inside the 30. Willie Martin split wide to the left. McCampbell going back. He's got a screen set up. Huggins with the ball. Cuts back to the inside. Huggins at the 25, at the 20, inside to the 15. Huggins all the way down to the 14-yard line.
And a nice catch. Ball was a little bit behind him and a little bit high. Had to go up with his right hand, knock it down, bring it in, then turn around and run with a lot of red shirts around him.
Chris Judson-Churchill once again in on the stop. And you can see this one developing early. McCampbell just keeps fading back, then dumps it off over the middle to Huggins with a nice catch. And then he just picks up his blocker and heads on from there. Nice bit of running by Harold Huggins. Excellent call, I thought, Coach.
It sure was. They had a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and Wally did a good job of faking on that football play. And Harold Huggins is an exceptional athlete, made a fine catch and a great run. Churchill has a habit of getting hit and continuing to make yards. Both Baker and Huggins are excellent second.